So to be a millionaire by 32 is a dream of many, but how many of dreamers actually reach this goal? In today's video, we're going to share the trick of the trade about how to manage your finances well enough that you can become millionaire at rather young age or in your 30s. Most of these tricks have been gathered from personal experiences of economic experts or books of the biggest money and business tycoon in the world. So the first thing to focus is your all-weather portfolio. This is based on the fact that most people earn wages, but you'll never get wealthy working for wages because wages grow linearly. That is, the amount you earn is directly related to the amount of time you work. On top of that, just relying on wages is risky because the moment you decide to quit or get fired, that income stream stops coming. That is why it is important to also focus on building up passive streams, which have the potential to grow non-linearly because they don't require you trading your time for money. As soon as you make one on autopilot and let it run, it gives you time to focus others and grow your income more and more because the ones on autopilot are continuing to bring in more money for you without you needing to devote any time to it. The second thing that is important is thinking in terms of first principles. This concept was also discussed in an interview with Elon Musk. The idea of it is that just because things have always been done a certain way, that doesn't mean it is the best way, and that we should be afraid to question the status quo. When someone tells something isn't possible, you should have a reaction to prove them why it is possible. People who say that, oh, we can't do that because of this, and we've always done it like this, so it doesn't make sense to change it now. It will take too much time. Or one thing within the box. This is that subtle behavior of saying that just stick to the blueprint. Stick to convention, and it's these moments where you've got to have some sort of resistance and say, no, I'm going to explore another way. One person thought he can build rockets and send them to Mars. That person was Elon Musk. Someone else thought that they can bend a piece of aluminum and get it to fly through the air. That was the Wright brothers. In any concept, you can extraordinary results from ordinary actions. The world doesn't offer outsized returns for people and brands that serve up more of the same. The third thing is to get to the $1 million mark is utilizing other people's strengths. There is a saying, that is, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Different people have completely different unique strengths and skills, and that is essentially how they make a living. For example, a guy purchased a property under a company structure, and he needed to move it to another company, and realized to do that, he would need to pay $30,000 in different forms of taxes. So he tried to Google why he needed to pay this, and whether there were any examples that proved he doesn't need to pay it. And there was a way around this. He then got to know that he needed to talk to a tax advisor. That's what they're there for. So a tax advisor who is a specialist in this field gave him a completely legal tax-efficient strategy, which saved him from paying that $40,000. So the point being, had he not done that, he would have ended up paying that money away not knowing any better. In a world where hard work is no longer a competitive advantage, because everyone works hard, the competitive advantage is actually in thinking expensively and connecting with the right people. The fourth thing is to keep in mind is the concept of the slight edge. This is based on a book written by motivation speaker Jeff Oslan. According to Jeff, success and failure are both result of the slight edge. The idea that simple little things that we choose to do or choose not to do on a daily basis have a compounding effect on who we ultimately become. So there are two people who are giving the choice to either get $1 million at the beginning of the next month. That's it, a flat check for $1 million. Or choose to receive 1 penny at the beginning of the next month. But that penny doubles every single day of the next 30 days. The person who chooses to go with the flat $1 million got that $1 million. But the second kid who chose to go with a penny, that doubled every single day, ended up with over $5.3 million. And if you take this and stretch it into a longer time frame, that's essentially how compounding in your life works. These small little things you choose to do or don't do every day matter because they have long-term ramifications that will eventually show up. Try to remind yourself that what's uncomfortable now will become comfortable later. Next tip would be a lean into your money-making superpower. There is a YouTuber Euler talk about this one, and the way he described it's superb. He talks about how everyone has this money-making superpower to lean into. Most people don't tap into it. They don't understand it, or they haven't yet figured it out. But everyone does have it. You need to lean into the most valuable strengths. These strengths can come from 1. Our upbringing, your parents and what you have been surrounded with, and knowledge we've absorbed growing up. 2. It can come through the skills you have learned, just through doing, or that you're teaching yourself. Or 3. Through your passions or interest. But through one of these avenues will unlock your money-making superpower that you can lean into it. Although the fact is that you should always be trying different things, explore, discover new things. Starting a YouTube channel being one of them. And by doing this, you're going to lean into your strengths, abilities, passion, and weaknesses, and will eventually hone into your money-making superpower. Now, we all know that it's really easy to spend everything you earn and living paycheck to paycheck. As you earn more, you want a bigger house, a nicer car, and your lifestyle choices inflate as your monthly paycheck gets bigger. And this is more of a natural instinct. We all love luxuries and want to enjoy our life to the fullest. And when it's through your hard-earned money, it gives you a different kind of satisfaction. When we first start earning, we usually spend everything earned, and every single bonus would go towards material items and things that you couldn't care less about 2 months later. But then it's important to realize that if I keep doing this, I'm going to get to 35. Having worked for 15 plus years and have nothing substantial to even show for it. That is why you always gotta be careful with your spending habits. Yes, it's true that your teenage years and early 20s are when you want to be really living your life to the max. But then later there comes a time where you want to be making some sacrifices in the short term and holding off your buying some things now, with the aim to reinstate those things back into your life later, when the trade-off isn't as big. So for example, you wanted to buy a new car for a while, but you ran the numbers and actually you barely drive. You work full-time and travel to work on the train, and then you go out on the weekend, you just grab an Uber. But if you want to hold the sale of your car and wait a bit till you buy a new one, it would save you a ridiculous amount of money. You could save money on insurance, maintenance, finance, or a lease. Not to mention, also the money that you would have lost in the depreciation. So for having a car isn't a necessity for you, as you can use that money now to invest in assets, instead to build a lifestyle that you have always wanted for yourself. You can then eventually have these assets, and the cash flow coming in from those assets pay all for the nice luxury things later on. This is the healthy cycle of finances that you'll need to follow if you're interested in having financial freedom in your 30s. Thanks for watching. Until the next one.